Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Brahma are considered to be supreme gods, the Trimurtis. But what if I told you there is a goddess they all bow down to? A goddess so powerful that for centuries even saying her name was considered forbidden. Her name is Devi Lalita Tripura Sundari, the mother of all gods, the goddess of the three worlds. But here's the part rarely spoken about. Her story isn't just mythology, it carries hidden knowledge about power, desire, and even human consciousness itself. And once you hear it, you will never look at the gods the same way again. Devi Lalita is not just another goddess among any. In the Lalita Sahasranama, her thousand sacred names, she is described as beauty itself, energy itself, creation itself. Think of it this way: while Lord Vishnu rests, Lord Shiva meditates, and Lord Brahma creates. It is Devi Lalita, the eternal Shakti, who gives them the very energy to exist. Without her, even the trinity of gods would be powerless. But what makes her truly feared isn't her beauty or her strength. It's a weapon unlike anything you have ever heard of. The scriptures say she holds the Kameshwara Astra, not a sword, not a trident, but the most terrifying weapon in the universe. Legends tell us this weapon could dissolve not just demons but gods, worlds, even universes without a single thought. And here's the shocking part: it isn't made from fire or steel, it's made from pure desire itself. Think about that. The same force that drives humans to build families, kingdoms, even civilizations, and the same force that destroys them, desire turned into a cosmic weapon. And if that already sounds unbelievable, wait until you hear why even Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, has to bow to her first. In every prayer, every ritual, Hindus begin by worshipping Lord Ganesha. But hidden in tantric texts is a startling truth. Even Lord Ganesha himself cannot be worshipped without the blessing of Devi Lalita. Why? Because she is said to be the source of his power. Without her grace, the remover of obstacles cannot even move a single pebble from your path. Think about what that means. Even one of the most universally beloved gods depends on her, and yet her name is barely known outside secret traditions of Tantra. So, why was her worship kept hidden? What were sages and priests afraid of? Unlike Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu, whose temples stand across India, Devi Lalita's worship was hidden in secret rituals. Her mantras were whispered, not chanted aloud. Her yantra, the Shri Chakra, was drawn only by trained masters. Why so secret? Because her worship wasn't just about devotion. It was believed to unlock states of mind so powerful they could be dangerous. Mastery over desire, control over thought, access to other states of reality. And here's the mind blowing part: modern scientists who study fractals and geometry have found that the Sri Yantra matches near perfect mathematical harmony. In other words, what looks like a prayer symbol is also a cosmic diagram, almost like the blueprint of the universe. But here's the truth that everyone misses: Devi Lalita is not just a goddess sitting far away in the heaven. In Tantra, she represents the very energy inside you. Srinagara, the divine city with 25 walls, it isn't floating somewhere in the sky. It's a map of your consciousness. Her golden throne, that's the awakened crown chakra at the top of your head. The 25 walls, the layers of the mind that must be crossed to reach true awareness. So, in the deepest sense, Devi Lalita isn't only the goddess above gods, she is also the possibility of awakening that already lives within you. And this is why her story was kept hidden. Because if everyone realized this truth, the power of kings, priests, and sages would collapse. So let's bring it together. Lord Shiva bows to her. Lord Vishnu depends on her. Even Lord Ganesha requires her blessings. She holds a weapon made from desire itself, and within her cosmic city lies the map of awakening for every human being. That should be the end of the story. But here's the twist: her worship never disappeared, it went underground, kept alive in hidden rituals, chants, and secret diagrams passed secretly from master to student, which means her power never truly vanished. It's still here, hidden in plain sight. And maybe that's the real mystery. Devi Lalita is not a goddess to fear. She is not even just a goddess to worship. She is a mirror of your own consciousness, radiant, powerful, and infinite. So the real question isn't why the gods bowed to her. The question is, when will you recognize the same power inside you? Do you think Devi Lalita is truly a cosmic goddess or a hidden code for human awakening? Share your thoughts in the comment section and also follow our channel Autopsy of Truth for more such content.